Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I've teamed up with Bobbi Brown Cosmetics and I am super excited to share today's video. I'm going to share with you guys an easy and effortless makeup look using their Longwear Cream Shadow Sticks. Got something flying around in front of me. I am a huge fan of cream shadow sticks. I have talked about that in numerous videos, particularly when I'm talking about quick, easy makeup. Makeup that is easy and effortless, but doesn't necessarily look like no makeup. Like it looks like you've taken time to put yourself together, but it really took no time at all. Cream products, cream shadow sticks particularly, are so perfect for that. They're also really versatile because they come in this chubby stick form, and they can be used on the eyelid as a shadow. They can be used as an eyeshadow primer where you can layer powder shadow on top. You can use it on the lower lash line as a smoky liner. You can use it on the upper lash line as a thick smoky liner. There's just so much versatility to a good cream shadow stick. I really love Bobbi Brown's because they are creamy and conditioning to the skin. They are not dry, yet they set and have an 8-hour wear, okay? So even though they're creamy and they feel comfortable on the skin and you have time to manipulate and blend them out, once they set, they stay in place. So it's kind of like everything you could ask for in a product. Personally, I think. Now I have 6 shades to share with you guys. They sent me 3 and then I went to Sephora and I picked up 3 others. I wanted to create a look that I felt like was easy and quick, but also that, you know, looks like you've done your eye makeup and you've taken the time. So I'm gonna show you guys some swatches of all of these shades. First, we have the shade Cashew. Now this is part of their new collection. They launched some new shades that are like base shades. So they work for all skin tones. And these I find are really particularly great for an eye primer. So to put on your lid and then layer a shadow on top of it. They look like a variety of different skin tones. This is Cashew right here. I think you can kind of see it. It actually looks like the color of my skin on my hand. It kind of has like an ochre shade. Really beautiful. You can wear it alone or you can layer shadow on top of it. They also launched the shade Shell. This is one of their new shades, and this is the one I will be using today. This is like the perfect shade for me for my lid. It is brighter than my skin tone, as you can see, but it's really gonna help color correct and cancel out dark veins or darkness that I might have on my eyelid. So that's a really pretty one. And then they also have the shade Sand Dune that I picked up. Let me share what this shade looks like. This has definitely a lot more of like a pinky beige tone to it. It is right here on the hand. That's really beautiful. I thought that would look really great all over the lid and kind of blend it out with your finger, kind of like a one and done shadow. I also have the shade Malted Pink. Now this is not part of their new collection. This is one of their classic colors, but it's also like a creamy matte shade. Also a little pink, a little bit lighter than the last that I swatched for you guys. It is right there. And then we also have Golden Bronze, which is one of my favorites. I've actually had this particular shade before and I love it. It is the most beautiful, beautiful golden bronze. I'm going to show you right here. It has a little bit of like a cool tone fleck to it. So I just think it's so gorgeous all over the lid. Perfect for holiday. Also really great for a lower lash line liner. And then the last shade that I picked up is Heather Steel, which is a deeper taupey gray shade. And this doesn't have any shimmer to it. I'm going to show you what this looks like. This would be really beautiful for like a matte smoky eye that you kind of blend out. So super pretty. I'm not going to use all of these today, but I did want to show you how they all swatch. And then I also picked up this face and cheek palette from Bobbi Brown. So we're gonna get into using this. This is the golden light shade. You get a bronzer and then you get 2 colors for the cheeks, really beautiful. And then I picked up their mascara. It's not a new mascara, it's their Smoky Eye Mascara. This is so good. I've been using this week and I can't wait for you guys to see what this looks like on my lashes. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by warming my face up so I have some dimension to my face. So I'm gonna go into this palette and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the bronzer. And I'm just gonna kind of sweep this, you know, where I would apply bronzer. I kind of go from my hairline and bring it in. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of press this onto the skin. I'm using the BK Beauty 107 brush. Ooh, pretty. Really just warms up the skin. Okay, so now that we have dimension, let's go ahead and get started on the eyes. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a bit closer so you can see how these products swatch on the eyes, the pigment, the formula, the blendability. So I'm gonna start by kind of highlighting my brow first. So for that, I'm gonna use the shade Shell. This is the lightest of the 6 that I have, and I'm really going to kind of concentrate this right underneath my eyebrow. Just gonna do a little swatch there, and I'm gonna use a brush to blend this in, but when I get to my lid, I'm gonna use a finger. These are really, really easy to blend with your finger, but because we're right up there by the brow, I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush. And I'm just going to run it over the product, and it's gonna totally blend that out. And then I'm gonna pull it down so that it kind of meets my crease a little bit. Now you could use this color all over for sure. I'm gonna use a different color on my lid though. So if I were to use this all over, this would definitely be my like eyeshadow primer for the day. So instead of doing some of the other primers that I typically do, I would use this, and then I would pack shadow on top of it. So you can see it just gives a nice subtle highlight to the brow bone. Not too bright on my skin tone, but bright enough. Okay, next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the inner corner of my eyelid, and I'm gonna use Sand Dune. This is a nice kind of mid-tone warm shade. And I'm really gonna concentrate this right there in the inner corner of my eye and kind of pull it middle of the way over my lid. So I'm gonna cover basically the inner corner of my eyelid to about halfway. Oh, this is so comfortable. This is probably the creamiest shadow stick that I've tried. I really like it. It is not a dry formula at all. You really have time to go in there and blend it. I'm gonna take this brush and kind of blend it and then blend it up. So this is a little deeper than the shade Shell that we used underneath the brow. Just gonna kind of shear that out. Perfect. Okay, next I'm gonna take Golden Bronze. This is my favorite shade, and I'm going to create, I'm basically gonna fill in the outer half of my lid. So I'm gonna start at my lash line and kind of pull it out, and then I'm gonna pull it up into a V. Oh, I love this color, it's so beautiful. This is like such a beautiful, I mean, I know we're not in the holidays yet, but I'm just imagining like holiday makeup using this. If you like a bronzy, smoky, shimmery eye. I also think cream shadow sticks, like shimmer particularly, are perfect for mature eyelids. Much better than using a powder or a foiled shadow, just because you can blend it and like meld it into the skin. So I'm gonna use the same brush, and I'm basically just gonna kind of run it over the product so that we blend out any edges. You can also blend as much as you want to lighten the shadow, or leave, like kind of pull back on the blending to leave more depth to the color. I'm gonna blend this out though, so it's a nice sheer little layer. So now I kind of have this really soft smoky eye. I feel like I do need to even out. I'm gonna add a little more on this side and then blend that out. So pretty. That is all cream products. Like, can you believe that? All cream products. Look at how like effortlessly they blend together. They just, it's like hard to tell where one starts and one stops, but you do see this gradient. It just gives the most beautiful like gradient blended look. Okay, next I'm gonna go ahead and line my eyes, and I picked up the Bobbi Brown Gel Eyeliner in the shade Chocolate Truffle. I'll show you what this guy looks like. It is a dark, dark, rich brown shade. This also is a gel liner, so it's really creamy, glides onto the eye really easily. It's a mechanical pencil, which I appreciate, but it does have a nice, like more of a defined tip than some other mechanical pencils. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and run it on my lower lash line. I'm gonna stop about halfway, and I'm gonna run over this with the Golden Bronze eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take that same stick, Golden Bronze, I'm just gonna kind of run over it. It's gonna just soften that a little bit. So pretty. Okay, next I'm gonna take a kind of like a smudge it brush, and we're just gonna run over the liner that we placed on the upper lid. I'm kind of going for a soft, sultry, smoky eye. So I almost don't want you to, I don't really want you to notice the liner. I just want my lash line to be darker and more dramatic. So pretty. I love cream shadows. They just look just, oh, I don't know how to describe it, just sultry. It just gives you a very sultry eye look. So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and curl the lashes and apply mascara. So this is what the wand on the Smokey lash mascara looks like. Pretty traditional mascara wand, not real skinny, but not too thick either. I've been using this for the last few days, and you'll see it gives really full, fluffy lashes. The wand is nice because it is full, but it's still easy to control. I also find that you can really layer up this mascara and it doesn't get clumpy. It kind of keeps the lashes fanned out. It's so pretty. Okay, so I've got a good couple of coats. Next I'm gonna go, after it's had time to dry a little bit, I'm gonna go and kind of just like fan out the lashes. gives the lashes a really beautiful look. I mean, I can't decide if this is a stronger volumizing or stronger lengthening mascara. I feel like it does a good balance of both. I love that. It's also great on the lower lash line. Anytime I find that a mascara is great at fanning out the upper lash line, it's a really nice one for the lower lashes too. I don't like to apply mascaras that are too heavy or clumpy on my lower lashes for obvious reasons. I want to keep the lower lashes really soft. I want some, you know, lash and definition there, but I don't want it to be distracting. Okay, next we're gonna go and apply blush. I'm gonna go back into the face and cheek palette, and I think we're gonna use this pink. We're gonna use something a little less warm. The peach is beautiful. It has more shimmer than the pink, but I wanna go over something a little bit cooler. The orange is a little warm, coral. So I'm gonna go and just kind of pop this onto my cheeks. It's a really pretty mauve rosy shade, kind of like a great everyday shade. I have to say, I like what they did with this palette in giving us a peach and a pink option rather than a highlight option. I like that it has a bronzer and 2 blush options, peach and pink. I find that I will use that more than using a highlight in the palette. Now this blush is a matte blush, no shimmer to it. So pretty. When I went back to Sephora today, I was kind of swatching all their lipsticks and I landed on Pink Nude. This is their Luxe lip color in Pink Nude. It is a beautiful rosy pink nude. Now I'm just gonna apply this no lip liner today. I liked this formula because it was really pigmented. I swatched some of their other lipsticks and they had lipsticks that were a bit more balmy-like, and then they had lipsticks that were a matte finish, but I thought that this was a great balance of feeling creamy, hydrated, lots of pigment, and I'm gonna top it with the Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Infused Gloss. I got the shade In the Buff, and I got this several weeks ago and I've been using it and I really love this formula. It's an oil infused gloss, but it doesn't feel like other oil glosses or oil serums that I've used on the lips before. It feels more like a gloss, but has a very like unique texture to it. It has a fair amount of color too for an oil gloss. I find most of the time they're very sheer in color. Now this isn't really pigmented, but I will show you guys here on my hand. It's not really super pigmented, but it does have a fair amount of color for a oil infused gloss. Let me show you. So that's kind of one swipe right there. So you get a good little tint of color. You can wear it by itself. It's not, you know, a product that's going to be, you know, deliver a lot of color for a long time. That's if you add a second layer to it. So you get a pretty fair amount of color, but it works really well over lipsticks too. Gives a high shine, lots of comfort to the lips. I think the last thing I want to do is add a little bit of like a highlight in the inner corner. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab the shade Shell. And I'm gonna pop that just right here. I'm gonna be careful not to apply too much because this is very bright. And then I'm gonna go back with my finger and I'm just gonna kind of blend that into the skin. That's just gonna brighten up the inner corners of the eye and give a more awake kind of look. Ooh, so pretty. I love this look. I love it. The eyes are soft and smoky and sultry, and I didn't use any eyeshadow. I used eyeshadow sticks. I used a completely cream products on the eyes. Like, I'm pretty impressed with that. I could certainly go over this and layer a color if I wanted on the lid, but I think I'm gonna leave it as is. So pretty and so simple. And that wraps up this video. I really love the way that this look came out. I feel like this is a very sultry, soft, smoky eye. Very classic, like a very classic smoky eye. I love it, and I love this mascara. I love this mascara. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have all the products that I use with the shade names listed and linked in the description box below. Leave me all your questions in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something new, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.